Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV, and welcome to this preview. Thank you to Chris Cowling, Tottenham fan Chris Cowling, for inviting me on to his vlog, and likewise, thank you very much for the questions that you have answered for the preview for Sunday's Carabao Cup Final. But on to his first question, and that is, out of the FA Cup, we are. Quad is off, it is. Never thought it'd be on it anyway. But PSG coming up next week. How serious will Pep and Man City take this game? I think they'll take it more serious than Sunday's game. I'll be honest with you. I think the league after last night's 2-1 win against Villa is in the bag for me. Even though, as an old school City fan, you never know. But you know, we're pretty close to it. The Carabao Cup, I'm sure Pep will want to win it. You know, we've won it so many times in the previous 3-4 years that I think he'll want to win it again. But with us being in the semi-finals on Wednesday against PSG, first leg away, I think he'll rest some players. And will Kevin De Bruyne be back for the PSG game? Don't know, but he'll certainly be out for the Carabao Cup Final. So, yeah, I think he'll take it very serious, Chris. I'll be honest with you. As for the Carabao Cup game, I guess we'll wait and see, won't we? On to his second question. What will Man City win this season, in your opinion? Well, as you mentioned in the previous question, we're out of the FA Cup. I did say 3 about 4 months ago. I said we could win the Champions League, Premier League, and the FA Cup. Well, the FA Cup's gone now. So I'm going to go Champions League, Premier League, Carabao Cup. That's all I can go for. If you have to stick with my original decision, I'll be happy with 2. I'll be happy 2 out of the 3, if I'm being honest with you. If we got another treble, it'd be phenomenal. Remember, we only just recently won the first time a domestic treble, winning the Premier League, FA Cup and Carabao Cup. So if we can get Champions League, I'm not bothered about the Champions League. I'm really, really not. Until it goes back to its original format of champions only play in it, then for me, it's just another cup competition. It's like the World Club Biscuit competition, you know, whatever Liverpool fans go mental about. I mean, I just don't get it. I really don't. And then when there's going to be another, God knows how many teams in the 2024 revised competition, it's just, it doesn't do it for me. Premier League all day long for me. And then if we should be winning at least a double. I think if we don't win a double this season, it'll be a disappointing season. Win a treble, it'll be a great season. Whatever that treble will be, which now is only the Champions League, Premier League, and Carabao Cup. So I've got to go all in for those 3. I'll be honest with you. Whether we'll win them, I don't know. I think a double would be satisfactory. So if we got knocked out of the Champions League, I think the Carabao Cup and the Premier League would be satisfactory for the owners. But if we can get a Champions League and a Premier League, even if you guys knocked us out on Sunday and won the final, I think that'd be a brilliant season. But I think we'll win a double. Which one? I'm hoping it's a treble, if I'm being honest. But on to your third question. Spurs have had a few good results over in recent years. How do you see this game going? Well, if we go back to 2017, the teams, we played each other 11 times in the last, 4 years? Almost 4 years. City have won 6, Spurs have won 3, and we've drawn 2. So City have actually got double success rate than Spurs. So, but I think it's going to be a really interesting game. And I think the game's going to be a difficult one for us, because I do think that Pep is going to rest certain players in the team and key players when we've got some players that are out of form, like Raheem Sterling. I think Sterling might play potentially on Sunday. And we've got other players that are a banging form like Foden and Gundogan. I think they might drop to the bench in a way, sort of waiting for the PSG game. So I think it's going to be quite difficult, if I'm being honest. I think we'll talk about. I'll give you my lineup potentially for Sunday later, but I think the game's going to be tough. You've obviously got a bit of a bounce, even though conceding a late goal again, 1-1. Ryan Mason, again, another one of your questions. I don't know. I think it's going to be it could go one way or the other. Spurs could be really good. It depends is Harry Kane back? Or I think City could still be, with a second 11, too strong for you. So it's going to be really interesting. What have you made of Tottenham season, Jose's sacking? I was surprised that you signed Jose Mourinho in the first place, I'll be honest with you. The guy's a dinosaur. He's got a great history, but the guy's been finished for years and years and years. We saw what he did. We saw what he did at Real Madrid towards the end of his tenure, Inter Milan and Manchester United. His football is so outdated. I mean, you look at Jurgen Klopp, you look at Pep Guardiola, you look at Brendan Rodgers, you look at the way David Moyes has set up his team as well. You've got Mikel Arteta, which when he gets a final summer, well, this summer he gets a final saying what his team's going to be. You know, Jose Mourinho was so far behind those guys in modern football. You can't dispute what he's done in the past. You really, really cannot dispute that. But the guy's he's becoming another Sam Allardyce. He's a dinosaur. His football is awful. And I'm sure Spurs fans were pretty disappointed in the style of football that he played. You were lucky that you had the likes of Son and Harry Kane to dig you out of the mire. Because without those two, you might get a kick. You might get a kick back on Sunday. You might do. But I'll be surprised. Jose, the sacking, I think it was a weird timing, very, very weird timing prior to Sunday's Carabao Cup Final. But then again, if he played last night and got a result and played Sunday and won you the Carabao Cup, he's won you a cup competition. That makes it very hard then for Daniel Levy to sack him. I don't know. Was anything to do with this European Super League anything to do with it? I don't know. I've got no idea. But anyway, for me, it was an absolutely strange signing right from word go. On to your next question. He's surprised Spurs appointed Mason as interim boss until the end of the season. Who else is going to come in? You're going to have to pay somebody massive money to come in. Maybe Sam Allardyce. I don't know, but those type of players, managers that come in and they want huge money for it. So no, I wasn't surprised. I have absolutely no idea about Ryan Mason. I know that obviously his sad demise to his footballing career and everything else, but it seems you had no real choice in the matter. Let's face it. I don't think you're going to get top four. You might win a trophy on Sunday, possibly. So you've got nothing else to lose, have you? Why invest a load of money into somebody that's not going to get you a Champions League spot? If you were hovering, if you were fourth or fifth, and it was in the balance, I could see you maybe going for somebody else, but you're not going to make that top four. So I think it makes sense. Somebody who knows your players and hopefully can get something out of them. Maybe not for Sunday, but for the remaining season. 6 key players for Man City in predicted lineup. This is so difficult. It is so difficult, Chris. It really is. Key players. Well, you saw Phil Foden last night. Absolutely. If he's not up there for player of the season, he should absolutely walk away with the young player of the season, which suggests he might not get the player of the season, but he has been absolutely phenomenal. Ultra consistent, very, very good. Kevin De Bruyne is going to be a miss. He's not going to play on Sunday. I really don't think he's going to play. And he might miss the PSG game. Kevin De Bruyne has been great. Ilkay Gundogan has been absolutely phenomenal. He's been back to his Dortmund form. Absolutely amazing. I mean, the goals and assists he's got this season could be, you know, he could be in line for player of the season as well. So it's really difficult because I think most those players I've mentioned, even if Kevin De Bruyne was fit, I think they'd be dropped. I think they'd be rested, not dropped. I think they'd be rested for Sunday anyway. Now, there's one player who hasn't been in great form of late, who could get a recall. And if he suddenly clicks, and that's his game on a big Wembley pitch, Raheem Sterling could be the player that you need to really be careful of, because some City fans are getting on his back because he's not been in great form. And what an occasion. He won pits last night for the Villa game. So what an occasion for him to come back and really do the business. So for me, Riyad Mahrez he's been, I wouldn't say ultra consistent, but he's been fairly consistent. And another player, Bernardo Silva, does his usual stuff. Our defence has been great. Obviously, there's going to be no John Stones now, but we've got Aymeric Laporte coming in. So with me thinking that Foden might be rested, Gundogan might be rested, Kevin De Bruyne is out, I believe, for Sunday. I'm going to go a real wild card and say Raheem Sterling will play on Sunday, and he's the player that you might need to watch. On to the last couple of points. Who worries you in the Tottenham team, and do Spurs have enough to win in this game? Well, it's obviously the Kane and Son thing. Son has a brilliant record, a wonderful player, a player that I think I'd rather buy Son than Kane this summer. And I do think unless you win something this season, I really struggled seeing Kane being at Spurs next season. I really, really do. Obviously, Haaland is on the market. But I've got a funny feeling Pep might, and the feelers might go out for Harry Kane with Premier League experience. Haaland has been banging in the numbers left, right and centre. He's young. He's going to cost 150 million quid plus the agent's fee for Raiola and everything else. But I still think there's 2, 3 or 4 brilliant years still left in Harry Kane as a top goal scorer. And I think he's looking. I think Harry Kane could be looking at Alan Shearer's record and going, if I move to Man City, I could possibly get close to Alan Shearer's Premier League record. I won't do that at Spurs. And that's no disrespect to you guys. He's not going to get near it. But I think in City, the amount of creative midfielders we've got, I think they could put tons and tons on a plate for him. So, Kane, will he be fit for Sunday? I don't know. You can tell me, Chris. But yeah, Son is another. Son is a wonderful player. I think he's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So for me, they're the 2 key players. If Kane doesn't play, I'll be happy. I'd rather Son didn't play because Son always plays brilliant against Man City. He's absolutely brilliant player for me. So those 2 are mine. With regards to score prediction and lineups, right? Okay, lineups. I'm useless. Absolutely. I mean, most City fans are. I don't ever get prediction lineup correct with Pep Guardiola. And I don't know any of our vloggers, the ones who come on our subscribers, come on our channel, ever get the right score prediction. They just don't, because nobody does. So it's a wild guess. I would say Stefan will retain his place in the final. It could be Ederson. But I'd be surprised. I think Stefan will deserve it. He could be ruthless and put Ederson in, but I think Stefan will be in there. He might, because of Son's pace, he might keep Kyle Walker as right back. And obviously it's Spurs connection. So he might stick Walker as right back. I think he might go a little bit more conservative in the PSG game and maybe play Cancelo there. But I've got a feeling he might stick with Walker. Walker had a good game against Villa last night, so I'm going to go Walker. Obviously, Stones is out, but I'm gonna go Diaz and Laporte as the centre back pairing. Left back, you could bring Ake back and play him as a left back. You might rest Zinchenko for Wednesday night. So I'll go Ake. There you go. Zinchenko will be pissed off with that because he's been ultra consistent for City. But I'll throw a wild card in there and go. I'll go Ake. Central defensive midfielder. Rodri played last night. Played very well. Will he play Rodri again on Sunday? He might do, and save Fernandinho for PSG with his craft and his experience and everything else. So that's a tough one. Come on, I'll throw Rodri in again as the CDM. Head of him, no KDB, so I'm going to go this thing with Gundogan. Gundogan might be rested. I'll go Bernardo Silva. Go on, and I'll have to keep him in. I'll have to keep him in. Gundogan plays a game. So Bernardo Silva and Gundogan ahead of Rodri. And then I do think he might play Sterling on the left, Gabby up front. Now, will he bring Torres in and rest Mahrez for the PSG game? Maybe, maybe not. So for me, I can't split them. So Mahrez or Torres on the right. There you go. I can't split them. Score prediction depends on the team selection, I'm guessing, but I still think City might sneak it. But then again, I'm rubbish at score predictions as well. I'll go 1-0 City. There you go. Make it simple. But anyway, that's my questions for Chris. And Chris, I do have some questions for you, and yeah. These are my questions for you, mate. And they are, number one, overall, what are your thoughts on the European Super League debacle? Now, you only have to go over to Man City Fan TV and you know all of our thoughts on it. Number two, as a fan, are you content with your owner and the way Daniel Levy runs Spurs? Now, I only asked that because I was asked today, and we're talking, everything's been about United, and Liverpool fans being absolutely irate about JW Henry and the Glazer out campaigns and the invading of Carrington training ground this morning by United fans protesting. And overall, I've been really, really pleased with the way Man City have been run. I was very, very disappointed and upset with what happened earlier this week, and very surprised, very, very surprised after everything that Khaldoon and Sheikh Mansour and the board have done for Manchester and East Manchester and the club and the fans and everything else. I was just baffled by it. I do think there's more to it. I really do. That might come out in the long term. Maybe it won't. I don't know. So I was interested in trying to find out how do your fans view Daniel Levy? Forget Joe Lewis. I mean, he's never there anyway. He's like Sheikh Mansour. They're so remote and everything else. But Daniel Levy and how Spurs have been run of late. Number three, will Harry Kane, in your opinion, stay beyond the summer? Number four, overview of Sunday and what it would mean to Spurs fans if you did win the Carabao Cup. And number five, your predicted lineup and your score prediction for Sunday. So that should be interesting. But anyway, that's my video for tonight with Chris. I want to say a massive, massive thank you. Thank you, Chris, for inviting me on to your channel. And likewise, thank you for answering the questions for us that you will send through. But take care. It's going to be interesting. And you give us your thoughts in the video below. But take care. Good luck for Sunday. Let's hope it's not Spursy. And we'll see you soon.
Hi Andy, thanks so much for answering those questions ahead of the Carabao Cup Final, Tottenham Hotspur v Manchester City at Wembley Stadium. I'm really looking forward to the game. I'm actually going to Wembley Stadium to cheer on Spurs and hopefully see us lift our first domestic trophy in 13 years. Now, trophies are way overdue at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. We haven't won a league championship since 1961, when, of course, we did the double, winning the FA Cup as well. We haven't won a European trophy since 1984, since beating Anderlecht at White Hart Lane in the second leg. We haven't won an FA Cup since 1991. That's 30 years. Absolutely unbelievable stat, because in 1991, Tottenham Hotspur won it for a record 8th time, and since then, other teams have bypassed us. And then, of course, our last domestic trophy was the League Cup back in 2008 against Chelsea, when we beat them in extra time. So this cup, of course, in recent years, we've had the League Cup final in 2015. We lost to Chelsea 2-0. Very disappointing day that was. We've come so close in many semi-finals. And then, of course, we came so close for the big prize, the Champions League back in 2019, where, of course, we sadly lost 2-0 to Liverpool in Madrid. So Tottenham Hotspur need a trophy. We really do. Our fans deserve the trophy. I'm really hoping that Spurs fans and, certainly me, are celebrating at Wembley Stadium and, of course, at home and all around the world on Sunday afternoon, beating Manchester City and perhaps reenacting that Ricky Villa moment, against Manchester City back in 1981 in the FA Cup final replay. Andy, I'm just going to go through your questions now. The first one, overall thoughts on the European Super League debacle. I must say that I think it's been a very disappointing week, not only for me as a Tottenham fan, but for football fans in general. It has been a crazy week, a very disappointing week. Seeing clubs signing these deals, with the European Super League to join. The announcement come out late Sunday night, and I couldn't believe my eyes, if I was honest. And for someone like me who goes home and away, watches Tottenham everywhere that they go, they didn't give any thought or regard to fans like me, about this European Super League that they wanted to start in August, only 3-4 months away. I was totally against it, and I'm really proud that so many football fans around the country have come together. And of course, Manchester City pulled out, Chelsea pulled out. I was hoping that Tottenham would pull out, be one of the first to pull out. We weren't. Very disappointed as a Tottenham fan. Disappointed in my club for signing that deal. Disappointed in the 5 other clubs. I thought the Everton Football Club and other football clubs put out fantastic statements. Basically saying, who do you think you are? You're disrespecting us. And that was absolutely right. But as a football fan, very disappointed indeed. The second question, as a fan, are you content with how your owner and Daniel Levy run Spurs? If I'm honest, Andy, not really, no. We've seen throughout the years that we haven't really spent the money on the pitch that we should have done. We came very close to winning the Premier League only a couple of years ago. But people like Pochettino, they were fouled really in, not spending any money in all that time. And when we have gone out and spent money, it's been on a cheaper player. I'll give you an example. We could have signed Bruno Fernandes, that of course is working wonders at Manchester United at the moment, and we didn't. We signed Jedson Fernandes, and that is the typical signing that Tottenham Hotspur get. We're thinking that we're getting a superb world-class player, and we don't end up signing that world-class player. We end up signing a player from the Championship or, someone from abroad that is unproven. No disrespect to the Championship at all, but, Tottenham Hotspur, we should be signing, good players and spending good amounts of money. And when we've had opportunities to get over that line, we haven't. And it's very disappointing. But the way that Tottenham Hotspur have handled this European Super League incident as well, I think that this has just tipped a lot of fans over the edge, and they've just said, look, I've had enough now. I know a couple of fans that were offered a cup final ticket for Sunday. They turned it down because they were so disgusted on how Tottenham Hotspur have run the club, and complete lack of disregard for the fans, signing this European Super League deal. And I think that the club are very disappointed with this not going through. Many other clubs, including Manchester City, have actually said the word sorry. They've actually come out and apologised. Our club haven't. They used the word regret. They regret that it didn't go through. They've not said sorry. They have not apologised to the fans. Fans are very unhappy right now. Next question, will Harry Kane stay beyond the summer? Well, of course, I've seen your video and you've said that Harry Kane could possibly move to Manchester City. And, you know, I agree with you to a certain extent. I feel sorry for players like Hugo Lloris, Harry Kane, Dele Alli to an extent, Heung-min Son. You know, we've got some great players. We've had some great players in previous years. And when I think back to the players that have been with us and left, you know, Moussa Dembele, Jan Vertonghen, Christian Eriksen, you know, just to name a few, Mauricio Pochettino and all that time he spent with Tottenham, and they all left without winning a trophy. It is absolutely madness. Harry Kane needs trophies. You know, professional footballers need trophies. You know, you're used to, you know, winning trophies year after year as a Manchester City fan, certainly, you know, in recent years. And we saw that with Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker left Spurs within, what, 6 months? He'd won the League Cup and he'd won a medal. Will Harry Kane stay beyond the summer? I certainly hope so, as a Tottenham fan. You know, no Tottenham Hotspur fan wants Harry Kane to leave. But if he did leave, I don't think any Spurs fan at all would blame him if he did. Because I feel that he's been let down, really. You know, we should have invested at certain times and we didn't. We should have made the squad stronger at certain times and we didn't. Pochettino took us to a Champions League final, didn't spend a penny in 518 days. It was frustrating times. And yes, he's delivered, you know, Daniel Levy has delivered this fantastic new stadium for us. But like Pochettino said, you need the furniture to go in a mansion. And that is exactly right. And it's proving that case now. And that's why, you know, certainly me, I'm pinning my hopes on Tottenham lifting this trophy on Sunday against you guys. You know, we need a trophy. As I say, trophies are just way overdue. Anyone who watches my YouTube channel on a regular basis, you know, I don't think I go a video now without saying about trophies and the lack of trophies at Spurs. But Harry Kane needs to win trophies. I'm hoping that he will stay. But it'd be interesting. If we win the Cup on Sunday, does he stay because we've won a Carabao Cup? I doubt it. You know, he wants to be competing in the best competition there is possible, and that's the Champions League, you know, in European football. So it'd be very interesting to see if Tottenham do get a top 4 finish. It's going to be very, very hard. Next question, overall of Sunday and what it would mean to Spurs to win. Well, it would mean absolutely everything, particularly after the week that we've had. Not only we've had all of this ESL debacle, as you call it, but we've also had Jose Mourinho sacked. Unbelievable timing, if I'm honest. A lot of fans wanted him gone. You said, Andy, that you didn't think that it was a great appointment in the first place. A lot of fans felt that. A lot of fans didn't change their mind throughout the whole of the 17 months that he was at Tottenham Hotspur. Very mixed feelings about the timing. You know, some people think that it's a great thing. Some people don't. I was very surprised with the timing. I wasn't surprised by the sacking. I was surprised by the timing. You know, sacking a manager that is known and brought in to get you over the line. Of course, 6 days before a cup final, he can't get you over that line because he's not there anymore. Ryan Mason has come in. Of course, we've had this win in the Premier League that we desperately needed. You know, we're only 2 points away from the top 4 in the Premier League now. It just gives us a little bit more of a chance. But Ryan Mason got the reaction from the players, and most importantly, we got the 3 points, and that's what we really needed. What would it mean to Spurs, though, to win? I think that the fans need this, as I keep saying. The fans need it. I don't think it would mean a lot to the club as a whole. You know, Daniel Levy and the board, I don't think that it will mean a lot to them. But it will certainly mean a lot to the fans, and that's what's more important right now. The fans need something to cheer about. And as I mentioned earlier, in particular, you know, the last couple of cup finals that we've had, you know, we've not got over that line. So it's about time that we did. Lastly, you've asked for score prediction and predicted lineup. I'm going to start with the score prediction. I'm going to go for a 1-0 Tottenham Hotspur win. Now, a couple of months ago, I had this very, very strange dream that it was a very boring game at Wembley Stadium against Manchester City, and Gareth Bale popped up the 90th minute weldy. It was an absolutely fantastic goal, and the Spurs fans went absolutely wild. And we saw Harry Kane and co lifting this trophy. Now, the big question at the moment, will Harry Kane play? Will he be a sub? Or, you know, do we have this whole Lucas Moura, Harry Kane, you know, situation again? Because, of course, Harry Kane was injured leading up to the Champions League final a couple of years ago. Pochettino went with Harry Kane in the starting 11. Lucas Moura, who scored a hat-trick against Ajax in the semi-final, who put us through, he was sat on a sub-bench. So Do we have this situation yet again? I think that Harry Kane will play. You know, this is a cup final. He wants to be there lifting the trophy. He wants to be there being a part of it. So this is my predicted 11. Hugo Lloris in goal. And then the back four of Serge Aurier at right back, Sergio Reguilon at left back, Eric Dyer and Toby Alderweireld in the middle. In midfield, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, who has been an absolute rock, a superstar for us so far this season. You know, summer signing from Southampton. He's been an absolute snip. Tanguy Ndombele, Gareth Bale, of course, you know, he's got to be in there if you're going to get this goal. Giovanni Lo Celso, Heung-min Son and Harry Kane. And I'm actually going to go for Lucas Moura on the bench. But if Harry Kane isn't fit, and at the time of making this video, as I say, I'm making this on Friday night, Ryan Mason in his press conference earlier today said he doesn't know whether Harry Kane will feature in this game. You know, it will be decided on Saturday. So watch this space, but I just can't see, you know, how fit Harry Kane is, whether it's 70%, 80, 90, 100. I think that he will feature in this game. He wants to play and he wants to be a part of this team. Anyway, it should be a fantastic game. I'm really looking forward going to Wembley Stadium. So hopefully I will see Tottenham lift the trophy. So enjoy the game, Andy, Sunday afternoon, and come on you Spurs.